Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining our session on DevOps for 24/7 SaaS and disaster recovery. My name is Shikha Srivsatava. I'm a distinguished engineer at IBM. I'm working on getting IBM SaaS running on multiple clouds. And with me is Amitabh.
Hi, guys. My name is Amitabh Prasad. I'm working as software architect with IBM India Software Labs. And I'm also working with Shikha for SaaS enablement of different IBM products or different IBM services.
And the topic we chose today is in context to SaaS. As you can tell, we both are working on getting SaaS running on multiple clouds. And the agenda that we thought of is start with SaaS. What are the challenges with getting SaaS up and running? And in that challenge, one of them is business continuity and how critical is disaster recovery. What are the different disaster recovery models are based on our learning as we've been working with multiple clouds. What we have learned, we want to bring that to you. And as we are working on getting our SaaS to multiple clouds, there's a pattern that we are establishing for our SaaS for the disaster recovery. And those are the patterns that we are planning to bring to you today. So starting with SaaS. SaaS is the business application that runs on top of the layers provided by the cloud provider, which is the infrastructure layer, virtual machine compute resources, network storage, and then the platform on top of it, which is all the services that the SaaS would need to run. And this includes things like container orchestration, CI/CD pipeline, auto scaling of the underlying compute resources, container orchestration, Kubernetes, and other application development tools. And the SaaS is the business application that provides the business capability or the user capability that businesses are looking for to include in their mission critical needs or to use the SaaS directly for their users. As we look at SaaS, the most critical thing that gets talked about SaaS is the SLA, which is service level agreement, that a customer needs to see how stable a SaaS is, which is consistent, acceptable performance. What is the availability, 24/7 availability of the service itself, and how reliable it is for customers to leverage that particular SaaS in their own mission critical business applications. Resiliency, SaaS should be able to upgrade, update with security feature bugs with zero downtime. And security and compliance goes with the SaaS hand in hand. SaaS requires some data to be saved. SaaS requires the services to be compliant, no CVEs, etc. And all of that is security and compliance. And there's a lot of regulatory compliances that SaaS have to adhere to. All of this and more constitutes the SLA, which is the service level agreement that any of the SaaS consumers looks for in the SaaS service before signing up to use that SaaS. And then as that service is delivered with the right SLA, there's a lot of things that happens at the ground level to bring the SaaS to the multiple clouds. Collaboration and communication is the one that we think is the most important. It also includes the aspect of shift left for our SREs, so the SRE aspects, which includes the disaster recovery as well, along with observability and others, to start early in the SaaS development than later, which is where collaboration communication comes in. Continuous integration of the code into SaaS as the SaaS is running, for the bug fixing, for the upgrades, for fixing CVEs, security fixes, etc. And the continuous delivery, which is deploying the fixes to the SaaS where it's running. Observability includes the logging, monitoring, audit capabilities that are all required to make sure that the SaaS can be continuously monitored, continuously logged for 24/7 availability. Change and incident management, changes needs to be applied, incidents will happen. How that management happens with the assurance of a secure service, and also assurance of 24/7 availability. Security and compliance is a key aspect. SaaS needs to be secure and compliant, and shifting this left is also critical. Doing a lot of the compliance check in the CI/CD pipeline is critical for a SaaS to be secure and compliant in multiple clouds. Business continuity, this is the topic that we're going to discuss today. SaaS can be running in a single region, and when running in a single region, it can be in multiple zones. That assures that if the region doesn't go down, the service is available 24/7, assuming all the other characteristic of SaaS is available and stable. But if the region goes down, then what happens to the service? That's where a lot of the disaster recovery topics comes into play. And if you're running your service in a region with a single zone capability, then you have to worry about the disaster recovery as well. And test quality, scale, all of that is critical as well for the SaaS as the SaaS gets provisioned and launched. As I mentioned, disaster recovery is the topic for today. We have been deep into this topic as we're bringing SaaS to multiple clouds. What is what the cloud provides? What is it that we have to make sure the application considers when running as a SaaS for disaster recovery? All of that, we will go through this in this topic today. So why think about disaster recovery? Disaster recovery is one of the key aspects of the